What's up, guys? Atapark here, and today I want to share some advice with the raiders out there that are looking to become more of an asset to their raid team, to their guild. I'm going to share with you guys a story, something that actually happened today, and I want to talk about it for a little bit, just to share my thoughts and to, like I said, show you how you can become a more important asset to your guild. So for a while now, I've been wanting to talk about this, and it's in my big, long list of topics that I have to cover, this ever-growing list. And it just so happened that today was the perfect sign that I needed to say it. And it's maybe something that you as a raider need to think about when it comes time for Legion. Maybe it's something that you want to reflect on from Warlords of Draenor. Were you doing this? Could you have done more? Were you doing everything that you could have been doing? And once we're done talking about this, I want you guys as raiders to take away that it is something that's very easy to do, but it's also something that's very easy to completely blank out, to forget, to not do. So let me share with you guys a story, and hopefully by now I've piqued your interest as to basically what the hell am I talking about. So I don't talk about it, really I don't think I've talked about it at all, but very clearly YouTube is not my number one source of income at the moment. Dreamers can dream, and that is a dream out there somewhere for me. But right now, it's not a reality. And truth be told, it may never be. But because it is not the reality that I live in, I do have a normal 9 to 5, 8 to 5 job. When I refer to my 9 to 5, quite honestly, I'm referring generally to my 7 to 6, my 7 to 5. Maybe sometimes my 7:30 to 5. But I work in the IT field. More specifically, I am the manager for the guys that come out and fix your computer. We are considered level 2 support, which means that we are not your first contact when you need help. Instead, you would contact our service desk. It's the guys that you call their number and you go, hey, this is John Doe. My computer's on fire. I need help. And they would try to troubleshoot. If they cannot do so, they will create a ticket and they will send it over to my team. I dispatch it out, document it, etc. Now, because I've been there quite a long time and obviously a little bit more senior, being in kind of that management tier, a lot of times the service desk agents will contact me and they will request help. Hey, how do we handle this situation? Hey, I don't know what to do with this. Can you give me more information? Great. This is beneficial for both sides. They get to learn something, and it's something that I can teach them. That means my team doesn't have to take care of it, and we can tackle bigger and far worse issues. But today I got a message from one of these guys, and he asked me a couple of questions about an issue that someone has called in about. And I give him the answers, and I say, hey, this is how I'd handle it. And he waits a minute, and he contacts me again, and he makes a comment about one of the other agents on this service desk, and how he's just providing the wrong information to the user, to the customer. And I sit there for a second, and I wait to see what else this guy says. And he says, this is excruciating. Oh my God, I can't believe he's doing this. He's totally telling the user the wrong information. And I wait for a few minutes just to see, is he going to say what I'm hoping he's going to say? And he doesn't. So I respond back and I say, look, that needs to be taken care of. Somebody needs to jump in and do something. And that was the end of the conversation. Never got a response, never got anything. So what I want to advise you as a raider to do, and I don't want, especially with this, I don't want you to take this as just something you can do in a raid. It's not something you can do just in World of Warcraft. This is something that you can do in life. And that's, truth be told, a lot of this stuff you can kind of look at it abstractly, a lot of the content on here, and you can say most of this stuff can be done in real life to improve real life situations. But what I advise you to do is to take the initiative. In this case, he should have said, wow, this guy is giving the wrong information to the user. I want to make sure, is this the right information? Because I'm going to tell him that. I'm going to relay that to him. I know a lot of people would say, look, he's my team member. I'm not management. I'm not in a leadership position. It's none of my damn business. But that's not the attitude that me as a manager, me as a raid leader, me as a guild leader, that's not something that I want to see. When it comes to World of Warcraft, what am I talking about? When it comes to a raid, what do I mean? I don't mean that you as a raider, and this is something that we're going to cover, I don't mean that you take over the raid. I don't mean that you start giving out assignments. You are going to sheep this target and you're going to CC this one. No, I'm most certainly not saying that. What I am saying, though, is if you know that a spell needs to be interrupted and no one's interrupting it, interrupt it, call it out. Hey guys, if that needs to be interrupted, I got the first one, who's next? Now, I'll admit, as a raid leader, there's sometimes a lot of stuff that's going on. There's a lot of stuff behind the scenes as a guild and a raid leader that you, the normal raider, unless you've experienced it, you don't realize, okay, I have, people that are messaging me because they're interested in joining the guild. People are messaging me because they may be interested in leaving the guild. People are messaging me about merging with the guild. People are messaging me about me coming to their guild. Plus, I'm trying to give out assignments to the tanks and make sure that they know what targets they're going to get. I'm making sure that the healers are knowing where they're supposed to be at. Okay, I'm talking to my officers. Hey, this guy's DPS is super low. You need to look into it. Dig into his logs and see what's going on. Do we want to sit this guy? Do we want to bring this guy in? Okay, I just got a text message from this girl, and she's saying that she'll log in 20 minutes, but that means we're going to have to sit these two people because we're going to have to bring him in. All this while you are trying to heal, while you're trying to run through your rotation, while you're trying to do whatever your raid specific role is. There's a lot going on. And it's very easy, and not that I'm using this as an excuse, because it's most certainly not an excuse, but there's a lot going on, and sometimes it's very easy to forget, oh yeah, you need to interrupt that. Or you may get into a situation, and we've talked about this, where you become complacent, which is not a good thing. And you, as a raider, you know you're supposed to interrupt it, and your raid leader has said every week for, Hellfire Citadel, again, we're going to bitch. It's been out for a year. Okay, I know I'm supposed to interrupt the mending ability on Tyrant Valhari's ad in phase 2? I know I'm supposed to interrupt that. And every week for the past 6 months, raid leader Bob has called out, hey, interrupt that. But he figured, 6 months, you're doing 4 raids. I don't know. Maybe he figures after doing this 24 times, you should know how to do it. And maybe. And so he stops calling it out because you guys know how to do it. You guys have been here before. You should know what you're doing. And you don't do it because you've relied on him. Instead, you've become complacent. And it happens. You look at your raid throughout the year as things go downhill. Look at it, at the beginning of Legion. And then at the end of each tier, as things are kind of fall off the wayside and people don't interrupt as much and whatever. But that still needs to be called out. And it's things like this where you can take the initiative and you can go, look, do you guys capture logs? If so, I'm also capturing them. Can I also upload my logs so that we can get a more accurate representation of what the raid's doing? Hey, do you want me to help out this guy? I see, I play a mage, he plays a mage. And that's my favorite thing, is for one of my most favorite things when it comes to raiders and taking the initiative is, hey, I play this class and I'm really good at it. This guy plays this class and he seems to be struggling. I'm going to help him. Because I'll be honest, you guys have seen my character screen if you've watched the actual video portion. It's in some of the videos. I have max level characters for every single class. Minus my shaman, who's level 93. which I may get off my ass this weekend and finish it. But for the most part, I have every single character at maximum level. I'm fairly proficient in the majority of the specs, but I don't know the intricacies of every single spec for every single class, for every single situation. It's not possible. I don't have the time, the brain power, the energy to devote to something like that. So there are going to be things that I just don't see. There are things that I don't understand. And you, knowing that class, can take the initiative and go, look, I got this. One of the things that one of my raiders and I did, we had brought this new Death Knight in, and his DPS was abysmal. But his attitude, his heart was in the right place. He did anything that we asked. He logged in on time. And we took a gamble and we said, hey, can we fix this guy? What can we do? And I sat down with one of my raiders and we went through all of his logs. And we said, okay, what are the issues? Is he doing this enough? Is he not doing that? What's going on? And we fixed it. We had a handful of suggestions to bring to him, but one of my raiders sat down and did that with me. He said, hey, let's look at the logs real quick. If you got 20 minutes, we'll do it. And that's what I'm telling you guys is, if you want to log in 10 minutes before raid and you want to kill bosses, collect loot, and once the raid over, good night, guys, and you log off and you do it again, whenever the next raid is, that's cool. If that's your raiding wishes, if that's your goal in raiding is to simply log in, kill stuff, log off, great, go for it. But if your intention is to build yourself up, to be a person that is relied upon in the guild, a person that may be put into more important situations, whether it's, the guy that is devoted to looking through logs, or maybe gets promoted to a more leadership type position. Okay, we need another officer who's taking the initiative and helping us out. These are the things that I, as a guild leader, look for. And these are the things that set you apart from Joe Schmo that logs in, kills stuff, logs off. Yeah, you're going to have to do a little bit more work, and it's very easy to not do it. But at the end of the day, it sets you apart, and that's what kills bosses. That is a big difference between a lot of guilds that are killing bosses and the guilds that cannot kill bosses. Is people taking that initiative, maybe not so vocal, but jumping in and doing things that need to be taken care of. So with that, guys, hopefully you like the content that I'm spewing out here. If you do, please, by all means, give this video a like or hit that subscribe button. Both of those things, seriously and in all earnest, they super encourage me to continue to make more content like this. You can follow me on Twitter, shoot me a message if you have questions, comments, concerns, anything like that. You want to say something or a video idea, by all means, it's in the description box. And until next time, guys, I'll see you.